Can you share 3, 4 steps how to make a bigger problem a smaller one and testable? So what would you advise them if you would be their mentor, how to test things in your company fast without spending a shitload of money?
Yeah, I mean, the most basic thing, when the first step that I've seen with most startups, they have to have the ability to run tests. Right? They have to have the ability to run A/B tests. So one of the first hires we made at Truck Bay, once we had raised capital, was hiring a head of data science to be able to structure our data into a database, run SQL queries, right? Because if you can't change you can't improve or change anything unless you measure it. So once we had that in place, then we had the ability to do A/B tests, which is pretty standard, right? Pretty standard. We do it for everything from product to different growth strategies. That's it. You just do an experiment, just like you do in a scientific experiment. And it's why when I was at Pato, initially I was the one running the SQL queries and doing some statistics, because if you remember in the beginning, I was an economist, right? I worked as an economist with LSE in Oxford. And so all we did was, we did randomized control trials, right? And then would see what intervention had statistical significance. Yeah. No different. Yeah. You're basically doing experiments, right? Yeah. But just with less rigor, but you can still understand what's happening. I recognize the importance of that when it comes to technology, because you constantly have a data set to work with, which you can interpret. So there's no point for a founder or COO or anyone to argue about I think we should do this, or I think I should do this. Just do an experiment with the data.
Find the test.